All right. So today is day 3. Welcome. And I'm going to mute my Facebook somehow, I think. All right. So today's day 3 of alignment. And I'm just so grateful for you guys all being here and for showing up and for being open to receiving just everything that wants to pour out. So first, I would love to just connect and hear how you are enjoying the class so far and what insights, if any, you have connected with where you are feeling out of alignment with your true desires, right? Like just from the awareness that we gained from day 1 of we can say that we want something on the outside, but when that inside chatter is saying something completely different, it's no wonder that they keep missing each other, right? Like they just aren't lining up. And also like getting more clear on what it is that we're asking for, right? Because we think that we're being clear. We're saying, oh, I want more abundance. I want more money. I want, and then maybe we get a sale, or maybe we get a credit on our account or something on sale, or we find some cash, right? And then source is like, good, you got your money. Or like, yeah, thanks. I really wanted this, right? So realizing that we need to be really aware of the words that we choose to use with other people, with ourselves, with source, because we may feel like we're implying something, but it just gets lost in the translation because you're saying something on the outside and the inside is saying something completely different. So we created our list, 25 plus list for personal and professional wants. And then yesterday we got connected with what of those 25 are really things that you really desire, right? And sometimes it comes out because you write something like multiple different ways, and you're like, aha, I really do want this. This is really important to me. I would really love this. And then do you discount it? Do you settle for something different? And I know in school, I was told when you're taking a test, the first answer that comes to mind, that's the right one, right? But then we go and question. Then all that chatter comes in and it's like, yeah, but I will tell you something right now. Anything that comes after the yeah, but, don't listen to it. That's the garbage. Unfortunately, that's what we are so programmed at listening to. And we get that idea, get that inspired action, idea, and you're like, ooh, excited but nervous. Never done it, but excited. And then, yeah, right? And then before you know it, you've talked yourself out of an amazing idea that could blossom into something really powerful, but then you're stuck doing all the same things you've always been doing. Why? That's that program, right? And then we go and try to do something else. And then, maybe we take a couple steps forward and you do some of the things and you're like, oh, I did it. You're on the other side of that fear, that terror barrier. You're like, yes. And then before you know it, maybe you have the best month that you've ever had. And you're like, oh, yes, this is my new normal. This is my new, yes, I'm doing it. And then you go right back to where you were. That's going back and you changed the behavior, right? You did something different, but then you went right back to the old program. It was like, this is too good to be true. It's not really for you. Yeah, right. Good job, but you're not going to do it again. Oh, it's so frustrating. And we've all been there. Like, I'm preaching to the choir right now because I know you guys have been there and I know I have been there. And so how do we change that? Right? Well, we know what it is, right? We have the awareness now. It's just that silent program of all the beliefs, all the things that we have experienced in our life, all the things that have been said and spoken over us for our entire lives that runs on autopilot. And like, until we learn how to change that program or change what many call a paradigm, that's the like easy flow. That's the river that's running, right? That's the big channel river that is going right now. But we're trying to create this like other river over here, but it's starting out as stream, right? Like you started that stream, you did the thing, you made your leap, but then your belief drained out of it, right? It didn't have enough power, enough energy behind it to like keep, create like diverting all the flow that's going this way in that old belief pattern and that old channel to like divert it into this one, right? So this one becomes all dried up and this one becomes the new normal. So just recognizing that, the feelings that come in, the like, oh, things are really loud over here. Sorry, let me see if I can quiet that. That, it's all, yeah, that didn't work. It's all energy. So everything is energy, and your feelings, your emotions, we are so used to running from them or like stuffing them or like feeling them and be like, oh God, that's that old story. I don't want to go there. But like you, instead of allowing yourself to be guided by it, we're like kind of running the other direction. And then not even accepting that it showed up to be a guide, saying, yeah, that's going in that old story that you don't want anymore, that doesn't serve you anymore, So once we learn how to accept those guidance, right? And know that like that's just your mind tuning into that old story, your subconscious, like running with that old program. When we finally recognize that, we can like say, oh, thank you for showing up. Yes, thank you. I know who you are, and you are that beautiful self that has brought me to the space that I'm saying goodbye to now. Bye-bye. Dying off, new, brighter version. It's not any, like, that's like you're taking off that, I think of the locust or the cicadas that like come out of their shell. That's like the old shell, right? But it's still like wants to be seen. It still wants to be like valued, right? So it pops up every once in a while and you're like, yeah, but I can't fit in that anymore. Look at me. I'm bringing more of me to the table. That story's done. That was a very empowering, very powerful story. Thank you for coming. But I get to be brighter, right? I get to be more. I get to wear this new clothes. And because we could try, and we do all the time, to climb back into that old shell, right? And it's so uncomfortable, but it's comfortable because we've worn it for so long. But we really don't want to be in it because it's like restrictive. And so when we're going in, like we're trying to control things or, allowing those old stories to take over, we can't expand. We can't be who we really are, right? So just, I want you to breathe in and just show gratitude to this beautiful self that has brought you where you are today. She's amazing. She's done so much. And just tell her thank you. But I'm creating a new story. I get to show up different. And these desires that I have become aware of, and I have written out, and I have chosen and decided that I am going to say yes to, these are mine. These are for me to claim. So now that we have lovingly given our old self, old version of ourselves, a very beautiful, loving goodbye, now we get to step into and be this beautiful self that our desires, the desires that you are claiming, that you have said that you want, that you have written down and are starting to create visions of you in that story, right? Because we see in pictures. And so if you can't see yourself like at the end of, the year standing, receiving that accommodation or whatever is that end story for you, I want you to take some time and see yourself there. And we'll do a visualization at the end of today to really connect you with that space. So I want you to get out your notebook or a sheet of paper and write down 5 things, 5 characteristics of this new version of yourself that you love so much. Is she more confident? Is she more outspoken? Is she willing to be seen? Does she value herself and the wisdom that she has? Does she already recognize that she is already everything that she needs to be in order for all of these things to come into her physical world? Because, darling, I have to tell you, you're it. I don't have a secret sauce. I don't have a magic pill to give you. You already have everything that you need. When you came into this physical space, the soul essence that is you already has all that she needs to express and experience all of the things that you desire to experience. You're it. You just need to quiet that noise in that beautiful head of yours and tap into that true essence of who you are. And that sounds beautiful, right? But we say, how do we do that? Well, it doesn't happen overnight. Good God, I wish I could tell you that it did. but it does take persistence and practice, because we all know how much of a habit we have at being who we are and speaking and thinking all the things that we think and speak right now, right? We don't even have to, like, I don't. So my husband and I are on such a even plane. Like, he reads me so well. Like, I don't even have to talk, and he like tells me what I'm going to respond to his whatever he's saying. And I'm like, free, get out of my head, right? But I speak it so often, he knows what I'm going to say, right? Like, we are habitual beings. So if we're going to change the habit of being who we are, we've got to learn how to think a little bit differently, how to change that programming, right? And I don't even know where my phone is. I wish it was as easy as like hitting a button, and download. And it can be, but it does take a little bit more time. So once you get those 5 characteristics of who you like, think of them as accessories, right? So we took off the old cloak that's like hanging over, closing, we can't see anything. And we took that off. She's over there, going to be, a beautiful witness to the new blossom that you are. And so maybe confidence gets to be a glove that you get to wear. And speaking your power gets to be another one. Or maybe a necklace that you get to wear is knowing your worth and being seen and heard. Because so often we want to do something, and then that voice, who's going to listen to you? Nobody's going to care what you say, blah, 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 right? She's put over there, that voice is put over there, all of that garbage is put over there with your old cloak. So you get to bring out these beautiful accessories that actually are you. So I don't want you to, think of them as something that, maybe think of them as like beautiful tattoos. If tattoos aren't your thing, then I envision myself as a garden. So I don't know if anybody's ever watched Moana. It's like my daughter's one of her favorite movies. Okay, honestly, it's my favorite movie, kids show. And there's this beautiful island, and someone comes and steals her heart, right? The heart of Te Fiti. And when that happens, like, she turns into this like volcanic like monster, right? Te Kā, I think it is. And it's her all along. It's just like she didn't have the belief in herself because she couldn't feel her heart. Well, our heart is our subconscious mind. It's our feeling mind. It's who we believe. It's our beliefs of who we are. Right? And that was taken. When we came into this world, we were this empty vessel. And we knew exactly who we were. We were connected to a source. We like had all of these opportunities, and we were going to live the life that we were going to live. And then someone started filling it in with garbage, right? Some of it's good. Some of it got you here. But your heart got taken away. So now imagine like the blossoming out. So at the end of the Moana story, like Moana like has the heart of Te Fiti, and the key is you already have it, and she gets it put back in, and then like all the garbage sloughs off, and she blossoms out into the beautiful radiant like island that she is in. Like, oh, it's just amazing and radiant. That's you. That's already you. Right? So whether you're putting on an accessories and like you get to wear them boldly, right? Put your crown on, girlfriends. And how do I get to show up today? Ooh, I am confident. You show up so much differently when you're confident. You walk different. You speak different. Hell, you even smile different, right? What I say matters. I can impact others because, I mean, honestly, that's what we're here to do as humans, is to have an impact. We all desire to make things better, to impact others, to help people like be able to experience something differently, right? What you say matters. So I would love for you to put in the chat, like, what are 5 characteristics that you want to step into, want to not step into, but let out? Because it's already here, you're it. If you are desiring more success, you're it. You are success. Grace, truth, confidence, wisdom. Yes. You're it already. Humility. Yeah. So imagining what that, like, what does that look like? I want you to be able to when you're going around your house, getting stuff out of the refrigerator, making dinner, taking the garbage out, whatever it is, how does that look? Like sometimes we need to, like, I read this amazing book before and I can't remember what the name of it is at the moment. But it's all on acting. So like, you know, when an actor is like getting into character, they are going and like, it's not just like 5 minutes a day. No, they are like being that person, like in every movement. Maybe it's a little exaggerated, like, oh, I'm going to get something out of the refrigerator and I'm going to pour it in a cup, right? Like they are like being that all the time. Oh my gosh, one of my girlfriends growing up, she was actually one of my housemates, was an actress, really amazing one. And it was so fun to watch her like getting into character for her new role, because we got to see like this completely different version of her, right? Like it was, at first we were like, okay, that's a little weird. And then we're like, oh yeah, I get what you're putting out there. This feels different. It feels good. And then she like always got like raving like reviews on her performance. And but we have to do the same thing, you know, like act as if now, you know, if you, I mean, everybody wants abundance, financial abundance, freedom. I mean, yeah. So we'll just say $1 million. Not everybody wants to be a millionaire, whatever it is for you, but like you have to feel it first before it can show up, right? You have to see and be it first, right? Like I went and I went way out of my comfort zone when I was young, and I went and tried out for, I did it more than once. I tried out for a play and it was a singing role. Totally bombed it, but I did it. I was nervous as hell, didn't get the role. Thank God. And then when I was in college, I went and tried out again, and it was a Shakespeare, and it was so uncomfortable, but I tried it, right? I got out there, but I didn't understand that I couldn't just memorize the words, right? Just like, I want to be successful. I want to do all the things. I want to like be top rank in my business. I couldn't just speak the words. It wasn't enough. They had to feel it. They had to be convinced like this, I am it. You are it. You have to believe that you're it. And that also is so good to know and to say, and yeah, I believe it. But like applying it, it takes consistency. It takes support, because we are in the habit of not believing in ourselves. Because if we did, we would be where we are dreaming that we would be, right? But then we are in such the habit of not believing. So that's why the support system is important. That's why, and then we're like, yeah, I'm being it. And then, but we don't recognize the words that are habitually coming out of our mouths, and that, we are just saying, or maybe we do something that is complete opposite from what we're speaking, right? Because that's that old program. So having the community and the support to be able to like hold you accountable to being her, right? Because it's uncomfortable at first, because you're not in the habit of being her yet, right? And so we get into that old river. But that's why having that guide is important. So in the movie Moana, like her grandmother is the guide, right? And like helping her to see something in herself that she never saw before. And then her grandmother passes away and goes back into the spiritual realm, and she's out on the waters, and she meets up with the person that she thinks she's supposed to take to return the heart, right? And so she thinks her job is done, right? We all have, we're like, oh, we're looking outside of ourselves. There's someone out here is going to make this work for me. No, girl, it's you. You're the only one that can change the outcome. So then they go and this other person tries to like, return, and then they get cast away and it didn't work. And then she's in the middle of the river or the ocean, and she's like all down and distraught, doubting herself, thinking she's not the one. And then her guide comes up and she says, you are it. This is you. Don't listen to those other voices. Don't listen to that garbage. You're the one. And then she it allows her, it gives her the space to be able to bring her light out and to be able to see something different and take a different path than the one that is well worn and that's most obvious. The one that's most obvious is the one that we've been on for way too long. And so that's why having a guide, having a mentor, coach, someone to lead you and help you to see, like, just make those little tweaks when you're like going out of the new rhythm, because we won't notice it. Trust me, I tried doing it on my own and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting the results. Like, I read all the books, I took all the courses, I did all the things. But it wasn't until I had the guide to support me in making those shifts, because I'm like, yes, I'm determined as hell, I'm gonna do it. But I kept getting in my own way, because that old pattern was there and I wasn't seeing it, I wasn't hearing it, right? And so when we finally believe in ourselves, and the guide is just highlighting what's already there and helping you to create that belief in yourself. Like the grandmother, she didn't do anything. She was just there to support and be like, hey, you're it. And then she goes, and then she realizes that she has the power to bring the light back out and save her land and to create the world that she desired to live in and have the experiences she wanted to experience. And that's you. You get to choose to bring that beautiful self out and leave the old cloak that's hanging over, not allowing you to be seen, heard. Leave it over there. Put on that crown, girl, and step into your power. Say yes to you, because there's no reason. And it's so amazing, because when we stop resisting, when we recognize what all the other stuff that takes us out away from where we want to be is, that's where the hustle drops away. That's where the flow comes in. And that's where you get to show up, because it's just easy. It gets to be easy. We get to deprogram that it has to be hard. We have to work hard for our money. We are not safe to show up. It's all that garbage that we've been speaking to ourselves for way too long. And using all the tools that we've been gifted, right? Like our emotions, when we're activated with something, recognizing, oh, that's what that is. That's that old story that's over there with that cloak that, yeah, I'm not going in there anymore. Thank you for showing up and for letting me know that I was getting ready to go into that old story. I just get to receive that thank you and let it go. We don't have to dive into the garbage bit, because we do that so well. We get to receive it and recognize it as what it is. It's a guidance system. It's the rumble bumps on the highway saying, don't go that way. Keep going towards your new story. Be her now. And we get to let go of all the could have, should haves. I say all the time, stop shooting all over yourself. All of the stuff that you're exactly where you're meant to be. You had to grow through all these beautiful experiences. Some of them were great, some of them weren't, but it brought you to this space. Your soul needed to experience these things. It was part of your journey. But you get to choose whether things shift and go a different direction or if they stay the same. And honestly, the only way to shift them is through study, consistent study and learning more about who you are. And I'm so, so grateful that and it's weird because I didn't even know that I came upon this roadmap to discovering myself better until I already had it, right? And I didn't know that that was what I needed to make the changes I wanted to make, because I thought I had to do different strategies. I had to do this strategy or that strategy in my business. And then when I invested, obviously, because I was investing in everything, trying to grasp myself out of this hole that I was in. But when I came upon this, it was Source. We get these downloads from Source all the time, right? It's this inspired idea, and it comes in, and if you're not paying attention or you're not tuned in to listening, it comes in and goes out really quick, right? How many times and oftentimes we get them in the shower, we get them when we're really relaxed, or right before you're going to sleep, and it's oh, you should do this or call this person. And you're oh yeah, I'll do that. And then 5 minutes later, you're oh, what was that? What was it going to do? Right? So I didn't even know that this clearing, this map had been dropped in my lap. All I knew when I came up to this opportunity was I didn't know how, I didn't know why, but I knew I had to do it because it was just screaming at me. It wasn't silent. And I was okay. So it's a journey of self-discovery. That's what we're doing. And we learn to stop looking on the outside of ourselves for all the things. It's not just strategy. All of them work. You got to shift what's on the inside first. You got to connect with you and take off that old cloak that's like full of that fear, doubt, and worry, and like really just tap into that inner knowing, and that and it literally shifts everything, like in every single area, whether it's your finances, whether it's your business, whether it's relationships, whether it's connection with source, whether it's your health, like literally everything changes when you change what's going on in here. You're it. You just need to learn how to listen and not listen to that old chatter, right? Create that new story. So, I don't know. Oh, I can't next. I'm going to see if I can. Let me know if you can hear this, or if it's all distorted, then I won't do it. I don't want that, that's for sure. Because I would love to, let's see if I can find it. Oh, this is it. If this is all distorted, then I won't do it. But if you can hear it okay and it sounds okay, then we'll do it. So let me know. And then I'm going to do a visualization with you right now to help you to integrate and embody this vision that you worked on, like creating last night, with one of those two things that you desire for the end of the year. And maybe you have a little story that brings them all together, right? And then you get to bring in these 5 characteristics, this new radiant version of yourself that is wearing your new garments. And I want you to, so we're going to play this and let me know if it sounds okay. Or if it's all distorted. Okay, so close your eyes. And I want you to imagine a timeline. So this is literally a line of your life. And it's either stretching out in front of you and going behind you, or it's out in front of you going from left to right. You decide. And so the now, right now, is in the middle of this timeline. The past is done. The old cloak is taken off. And I want you to imagine at the end of this year, off in the future in your timeline, I want you to envision 15 minutes past you achieving your desire, your dream that you are choosing for this year. So 15 minutes after you achieve this goal. So you're hovering above your timeline and you see off in the future. You go ahead and hover over there. You see the timeline stretching out either from left to right or from in front and back. And you go into your future 15 minutes after you achieve your goal. And I want you to look down and imagine and see, what are you doing? Where are you at? What are you wearing? Who's surrounding you? Who are you celebrating with? And I want you to get a look at the whole picture. You've just achieved your dream for this year. And it's so beautiful. You did this. And you are surrounded by those that you love. And I want you to see like this amazing, radiant lady, this radiant soul, and how she is there, standing, receiving, and giving. So now I want you to float down into and become her. And I want you to imagine that you're looking down at your hands, and you're looking at your feet. You're no longer looking from the outside. You are in this moment, celebrating your dream reality come true. So now I want you to go and find a mirror, or maybe it's a reflection of water, somewhere where you can see yourself. And I want you to look yourself in the eye and say, I love you. I did it. And I want you to give yourself a hug. And just stand there in gratitude for a minute. You did it. And then I want you to see one of your loved ones coming up behind you that has been watching you strive forward and fail and growing and doing all the things. They knew that you could do it, and they've watched your journey. And they come up and they just give you a big hug from behind. And they say, thank you. I see you. You did it. Maybe others come and just celebrate with you and honor the space and the journey that you've been on that brought you to this moment. You did this. Now, when you're ready, gently come back to this space and this time right now. This is already done. When you imagined this moment, you activated it. It's done. You now just need to align. You need to align with it. That seed is planted. That dream, you wouldn't have it if it weren't already done, if you couldn't receive it. The only thing that is separating is One of my friends, she says she collapses time, which I absolutely love. And because she achieves these things really quickly, like she literally like collapses time. And we can believe that it's going to take a year, or you can believe that it's going to be longer, but whatever you choose to believe, I mean, who knows? It could happen in 6 months. It could happen in three, not two. Like, so the only space between this reality and this one is how long you choose to take to align with it. Stop the worrying and doubting and disbelief. Get connected here. Because when we are confident, we show up differently. We make different decisions. We speak differently. When when you're taking action from a place of fear or disbelief, you make totally different decisions than you do when you are confident and know, just you have this knowing, right? So just know that this is done. And this recording is going to be available. And I want you to go through and I want you to do this visualization every day. Like, this is the seed that you are watering, right? Like, if you're planting a garden, you have to nurture that little seed. Don't go digging it up, right? Leave it in there. But this visualization, you tapping into the energy of your goal achieved and you feeling that you are her already, nurtures that belief, right? That nurtures that seed. And I can't tell you how many times, like, I've created this vision and then I do the visualizations for a little while and then the old program comes in and I stop, right? Didn't change anything. Tried to change the behavior and didn't, right? So having that consistency, having someone there to support you and like making sure that you are connecting with that space, with that person and doing these things, it's important. So hold that vision and do it morning and night. And then it doesn't have to take the, 8 minutes that we took to do it. Like, you can get connected to that energy quickly, right? Do that before all your meetings. Do that before you send out a post. Do that before you make that phone call, because it's the energy that you do something in that determines the outcome. If you're going to go and make a phone call, but you're doubting already that anybody's going to answer the phone, or you're getting on a sales call and then you're like, yep, they're not going to do it. Sorry to say, they're not going to do it. You got to get in that energy, and that's a beautiful energy that you just created. All right, my friends. I have had such a beautiful time, like, pouring into you and trying to allow you to see how to connect and how to align and recognize when we're out of alignment. And I have a special session tomorrow that if you want to learn more about how to work with me or any of the processes that I do, the program I work through, or just want to do more question and answers, then either put a hand raise or a me, please, in the comments, or DM me, and I'll give you the link for tomorrow's session. And otherwise, like, if you feel that you've received everything that you want to receive and that you're good to go, then thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored to be your guide in this space and to share this space with you. And with that, I just thank you so much. And I am going to just wish you the best and expect abundance, my friends, because you are it. It's for you. And I will message you the links for tomorrow. And it's going to be the same time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And you know what? I believe it's actually the same link. So you can just use this one and show up. If you're not live on Face or live on Zoom, then this one won't be live streamed into the Facebook community. So you will need to be live on Zoom. All right, my friends, have an amazing afternoon. Thank you so much. Expect abundance.